Hey, what's going on, guys? It's the Desert Punk here, and I'm doing a video series, if this is your first time, on my journey through the USPSA shooting competitions and shooting matches. Sorry, not competitions, but I had just recently shot my first match in Pueblo.
But I can do the rest of the. I got freedom. So put me.
And today, what is it? Today's the 21st. I just registered for a match on the 23rd here in Colorado Springs. So if you're gonna be in that match and you're watching this video, that'd be cool if you drop me a comment. But this will be my second US PSA match, and I'm really looking forward to it. So if you're interested in joining me on this journey, you're new to USPSA or you're a veteran of USPSA, and you can give me some tips and comments and stuff throughout my journey, and that would be pretty cool. So today I wanted to talk about, so when I first signed up for my match on Practice Score, I didn't really know what to bring. So I called up my buddy. Well, I didn't call him up. I shot him a message and was like, hey brother, can you help me out? Like, how many rounds do I need to bring? How many magazines? Like, what is the bare minimum here? And I think he gave me some excellent advice. He told me to bring at least 3 magazines, 4 preferably. And then obviously bring a pistol. So I brought a pistol, and he kind of asked me what I was running, and I had the Magwell on my X5 Legion. He said, go ahead and take that off, and then when you register, apply for carry optics. So I did that. So I am shooting carry optics with the X5 Legion, less the Magwell. So brought the pistol, about 3 to 4 magazines, and then I actually have had a gun belt that I just use for my own personal training. Since I'm kind of a veteran, I like to keep my skills frosty, nice and sharp. But I've always been kind of interested in USPSA, so what I ended up ordering was a Blade Tech holster and these really nice Blade Tech mag holders, and they have like a nice cut in it, makes it really quick and easy to grab. And then I also have a magnet back here on the back side that's used for your starter mag. So not a necessary thing. I'd say 2 mag holders minimum. 3 is definitely best. You definitely have to have, there's some regulations on the holsters, so you can go to the website and figure out what exactly you need for that. Honestly, nobody like came over and was analyzing my holster and trying to give an opinion about it. In regards to rounds, how many rounds do you need to bring? I brought 200 total in a box, and I probably used maybe 140, 150, maybe a little bit more than that. But I'd say if you bring in 200, that's plenty. From now on though, I'm gonna bring 300 just in case somebody at the range forgot one of their boxes and they need a little extra. I'll have that on me. I always like to bring extras anyways, just in case I screw something up, because God knows I will do that. So my first match day, when I arrived there, if you're a first-time shooter, you need to get there early. And even earlier than that, there will already be people there established and setting up and building the stages, which is pretty cool to see the community come together to do that. And then shortly after that, I think ours was 8 o'clock. In the morning, we did a safety briefing. So there was an experienced shooter there that I'm assuming is certified, gave us a really long and detailed safety briefing. They talk about, you know, what a cold range means, then go over all that. I'm not going to do that detailed stuff in this video. There's plenty of that out there. Just if you're a new shooter, this is what the process is like, so you kind of have an idea. Just a quick breakdown. So got there, did the safety course. That took maybe 45 minutes, and then we as a group walked through each stage, and then he demonstrated what like practice running, dry running, and going through the stage is like. We did that as a group. That was a pretty fun experience. He showed us kind of like how you would acquire targets during the match, the sequence of shooting, the motion, They have a shooting range card, so each bay will have its own clipboard with a breakdown of the range. If you pre-register, actually, you can go directly to PractiScore and find on the website nice little areas where each stage is broken down. So you can start looking at them and analyzing or thinking about them before you even get to the range, which I thought that was pretty cool. And then once we did all that, we did all the run through. They called a big meeting, so everybody at the range came down and they just went over brief safety briefing, introduced all the new shooters, which is, raise your hand, everybody claps, and then you split off into your squads. They got squads each assigned to each bay, and then you literally just hit the ground running. Now, once you get to each stage and your squad, they'll pretty much already know who the new shooters are because they've introduced you in the beginning meeting, most likely. But if they haven't and they don't know you, most likely they go alphabetically. I think that's how ours was doing it. But if you get in there and you want to shoot last, you literally just ask the RO, the range officer, and just be like, hey, I'm new to this. I'd like to watch everybody else do it and then come through at the very end. And they're more than happy to accommodate you on that. Really friendly environment. People are super friendly. Really felt safe. That's super important. Everybody, I felt like, really knew how to handle and maintain their firearm. So, please don't go to a USPSA match as a totally new shooter. I really don't recommend that. Like, the pressure and the anxiety that gets put on you during the match, it's not good for somebody that has to go through the pressure and anxiety of shooting a gun for the first time. So go to ranges, and honestly, you should be practicing drawing from your holster long before you go to a USPSA match, in my opinion. That's just my opinion, take it as a grain of salt. I'm new to this. But yeah, so that was my experience through the safety course, the introduction. You break off, go to each squad bay, start shooting. They have a little iPad. The RO will follow you around with the timer, and then another person behind you will score, and they're pretty good at actively scoring as you're going through the stage. So cycling squads was incredibly fast, and it was just really fun to watch other shooters. One thing I noticed is that obviously it's a fine balance between speed and accuracy, but what you'll find is most people, their first time shooting, this is what I did, and I'll reflect this in my scores. I'm gonna make a video that goes over my scores, so if you're into that, subscribe, like, and share, and that will be coming really soon. I'm gonna break down each stage and my numbers and what my misses were and stuff like that. So every target I engaged, I hit because I was focused on accuracy. And I got a lot of alphas, almost majority alphas. It's when another shooter who's experienced leaned in and said, hey brother, you really got the accuracy down. Let's try to ramp up the speed. So maybe you dialed it up half a notch, and then you will realize how turning up the speed ramp drastically reduces your accuracy. And for me, it was my accuracy was, I actually just totally missed seeing targets. So there was a couple metal targets that I just didn't even engage because you're trying to move quickly through the stage and hitting alphas, and I totally forgot about the metal targets. So stuff like that. So what I learned, and my greatest takeaway from my first USPSA match was focus on safety. Just don't get disqualified. Make that a priority. Don't worry about being slow. Don't worry about missing. As long as you don't break the 180 rule, just focus on putting a score down for yourself. And then what I'm gonna do is this next match that I'm planning on Saturday, I'm gonna focus a little bit more on speed, turn that up just a hair, and see if I can reduce a little bit of the accuracy and get a better score. Because there's this whole calculation called hit factor, and it's kind of like your time and then all the points from your hits, and then dividing that by the time. And somebody jokingly told me it was, bro, it's your damage per second. So that's absolutely right. It's your DPS. So if you're a video gamer, your hit factor is your DPS. So my DPS, I think my proudest DPS was a 5. but that's me not being able to compare it to other people. So I could probably look through each individual stage under the other shooters. Actually, we will go through that on the other video. And I totally, going to be honest with you guys. I'm going to show you my scores. I'm going to show you where I messed up, and you get to follow me along this journey and see if I improve or if I stay stagnant, where my problems are, what type of training I'm doing. Like today, I'm going to be transitioning. So I'm going to literally just one target to the next target, and I'm going to set up a 10 feet run. So I'm going to shoot from there, run over to this side, and then shoot and engage the next target, and then just go back and forth and back and forth. And that's going to be my training today. I got 100 rounds that I plan on doing that with, and then I'm going to hit the road. But hey guys, I'm going to be producing plenty of videos. Some of these are probably going to be a little bit boring, but I definitely want them to be informative. And if you're in the USPSA journey, a lot of videos on YouTube are experienced shooters doing really cool and fast moving stuff and talking about the best equipment. And that's not what I'm going to be about. I'm going to be about a inexperienced shooter that doesn't know what he's doing, that's learning, sharing that journey, and putting that information out there so that other new USPSA shooters might be motivated and inspired that, hey, this dumb guy can do it, why can't I? I'm just kidding. All right, guys, it's Brian, the Desert Punk, and I'm signing out.